Hi everyone, this is Deb and welcome back to Word 2019. In the previous module, we started to take a look at some of the basic ways that you can use your keyboard to navigate around your document. And I'd just like to further that idea and introduce a few more utilities that you can use in Word in order to navigate around your document and really increase your efficiency when you're working with your documents. And what I want to focus on in this module is the Go To, Find and Replace options. So when you're working with larger files especially, you might need a quick way to jump to a page or maybe to replace a word in documents. So let's start by replacing a specific word in our document. I'm going to click at the top of my document, so just before where it says Smith Properties. I'm going to go to the Home ribbon. And all the way across on the right hand side, we have an editing group, which is where you'll find your Find and Replace. And you can see that Find has a little drop down arrow next to it. So I have Find, Advanced Find, and I also have Go To in there as well. Now, in this case, I'm going to start out by using Find. So let's click Find. And you can see it opens up on the left hand side this little navigation area where I can type in exactly what it is that I want to find. So let's say that I'm looking for the word firm. And you can see it's brought up 4 results, and I can see those listed underneath in that results area, and I can also see them highlighted in my document. So it's very easy for me to find those. So that's one way that you can find a specific word in your document. Let's look at another way. I'm going to close down this navigation panel just by clicking on the cross. I'm going to go back to Find, and this time we're going to go into Advanced Find. And this takes me to this little dialog box, and it's asking me find what, and it's got in there firm, which is the last thing that I searched for. So if I wanted to skip through these one by one, I could say find next. And it's highlighted in the document the first time it finds the word firm. I can do find next again, so I can step through one at a time in my document, and when I get to the end it's going to tell me it's finished searching, so I click on OK. Now another thing you need to be aware of in this Find and Replace box is this More option, so let's click it. And you can see I have a whole host of options that I can use. So for example, I might want it to match the case, which means that it will find the word firm if it matches this case. So if firm is in the document with an uppercase F, it's not going to find it because I've told it to match the case. I could select to find whole words only. So if firm was part of another word, so maybe you had something like infirmary, it wouldn't find that. I could also say use wildcards. So with this, I could put a wildcard in front or somewhere in between or at the end of the word. So for example, if I remove the word firm and I type in A asterisk, it's going to find everything in that document which starts with an A, no matter what comes after it. I could also put the wildcard at the beginning and maybe have something like that, which means it will find anything that ends in S. It doesn't matter what comes before it. So wildcards are really useful for searching for specific things. Another thing you can do up here is if I was to type in A and then put in 2 question marks, that means that the word has to start with an A and it can only have 3 characters in total. Now it doesn't matter what those 3 characters are, but it must be 3 characters. So again, you're getting very granular here. I'm just going to remove that and just type firm back in again. You do also have a sounds like option. So what this would pick up is any word that sounds like firm. So it might pick up turn, burn, learn, anything along those lines. Find all word forms will find any form of that particular word. And then I have some other options like match prefix, match suffix, ignore punctuation, and ignore white space characters. So just be aware that underneath that More drop down, you do have lots of other ways that you can really customize what it is that you're looking for in your document, and you can get very, very granular. So let's just close that down for a moment. I'm going to make sure that I'm clicked at the top of my document. And this time I want to look at the Replace option. So again, in the editing group underneath Find, we have Replace. And what this will allow you to do is to replace one word with another. So for example, this is called Smith Properties. Maybe I want to change the name. So I might say Find Smith and replace it with, let's replace it with my name, Ashby. And again, I have all of these options if I want to select them. Now I'm happy just to do a straight replace here. So I'm going to select Replace All. And you can see it says all done. We've made 10 replacements. And if you look at my document behind, that first line, Smith has now been replaced with Ashby. So a very quick way of replacing multiple words in a document. And let's close down that window. The final thing I want to speak to you about in this module is the Go To option. And Go To is going to allow you to do different things in your document. So again, let's go to Find, and we're going to say Go To. So what this will allow you to do is navigate around your document. So I can navigate by page number, and you can see here if I enter page 2, for example, and say Go To, it's going to jump me down to page 2. I can navigate by section. Now we only have one section at the moment. I haven't split my document up. In later modules, I'm going to show you how to divide up into sections, and then you could navigate to whichever section you wanted to. I can navigate by line, so I could go to a specific line number. I can navigate by bookmark. Now again, bookmarks are something we're going to cover later. They're a way of you kind of putting a little bookmark in a specific location on a page, so I can jump very quickly to the bookmark. I can navigate by any comments that I have in the document, footnotes. We also have endnotes in there, fields, tables, so lots of different things. And it really will depend on what you have in your document at the time as to which one of these you want to use. But just be aware that you do have those go-to options in there as well. Now I'm just going to click on Close, and I'm going to jump back up to the top of my document using my shortcut key Control Home, which we learnt in the previous module. So now we've taken a look at some basics of Find and Replace and Go To. Let's move on to talking about how you can edit a document in the next module. So I will see you over there.